Okay, so is Trump just a warmonger like everyone is saying? Because people are freaking out. Of course, the Democrats are freaking out because they lost. They are really freaking out. But so are the Republicans. Now, you would think that the Republicans would be happy because Trump is a Republican, but they're not. They're very upset, and that's a good thing. So the Republicans are very upset, and I follow like a lot of different channels. I think a really good one that I highly recommend is Barry Cunningham. He has a huge following and he understands a lot more of the insides of the Congress and explains what's going on. But also, a lot of people that I usually like to watch, like Rachel Blevins, The Gray Zone, The Duran, um, Syrian Analysis, they're all talking about how Trump is just a warmonger because he appointed Mark Rubio and different people that are like more pro-war. And to that I want to say that when I first heard all this, I was like, oh my God, he's such a disappointment. But then listening to other sides and learning about the recess appointments and all the people he put in, like Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence, Bobby Kennedy as Director of Health and Human Services, like they're shaking things up. And the Republicans are very upset with Matt Gaetz as the Attorney General. And that's a good thing. He's doing some big shake-up moves in Washington. And as far as the foreign wars, I don't know. Let's see what happens, because we do know that Elon Musk met today with the Iranian foreign ambassador. That's a good thing. As far as we have a lot of problems in this country and a lot of bloated bureaucracies, and I don't even know if Tulsi Gabbard and Bobby Kennedy can change their organizations, but you can't change everything all at once. And some of these wars may have to continue while we clean house domestically. I will tell you that I am so tired of following all these wars and the U.S. being warmongers. It's very upsetting to me. And then to hear all these people that I follow going on and on about how Trump is just another warmonger, it's just like, I can't really take this bad news anymore. But then listening to other channels, I get more of an insight of what's going on, how he's shaking things up, and that the Republicans are very upset with him. And they're saying, like, you can't do recess appointments. Obama and Bush did like hundreds of them. You can. So it seems like the priority that Trump has is the struggle in Washington, the battle in Washington. And it's really going to be a tall order to change the U.S. and to prevail against the big bureaucracy, the think tanks, the academics, the court system, and the Congress, because Trump does have political enemies in the Republican Party. The old Republican establishment, like Mitch McConnell, do not like him. Now, why is that? Maybe because he's trying to change things, and they're trying to oppose his appointments. I don't remember any Democrats opposing Obama's appointments. The fact that they're opposing him is good, and there are some very good people that are behind Trump. I'm starting to like Trump more. And even though I'm not happy about the war agenda, the U.S. has been on a war agenda for over 100 years. And you can't just have one person change it. So I am willing to overlook that. And this is what I want to say about the war agenda. All these countries that the U.S. is fighting against, like our involvement with Israel in the Middle East, our involvement trying to weaken Ukraine by weaken Russia by throwing Ukraine under the bus, which is something that there are papers written by think tanks. They're like, we know we can't defeat Russia, but we're going to try to weaken them, and who cares about Ukraine? They're just going to be a casualty on the way to our goal. That's how these people think. And you cannot just have one president come in and change all that. There's too much money, too much power, and too much momentum built up on these wars. This is what I want to say to all of these people that are saying that we're just warmongers. Rise up, okay? You have to rise up the way Iran and Russia has risen up. You have to just have better defense. You have to have a good enough defense that the U.S. can't do it, because Trump isn't going to be able to turn that ship around. It's going to be up to diplomacy. Hopefully, the Trump administration will have some. But they're going to try to start a war with China, with Taiwan. And we can't win these wars. It's obvious we cannot win these wars. So the U.S. empire on the war front is going to have to fizzle out. And maybe Trump appointed Mark Rubio to kind of keep the warmongers happy, because else I don't even know if the CIA would try to take him out again. I am very excited about Tulsi Gabbard and Robert Kennedy being in charge of these organizations. We have a lot of problems in this country that come from the food and drug companies, the way that they have subverted the medical system. They force these injections on people. They make the food pyramid and medications, all to make people unhealthy. I am fit and healthy. People are always guys on my Just for fans are why do you're smoking hot? Because I'm not under the influence of the stupid pharmaceutical industry. And every time I go to my doctor at Kaiser, she's trying to give me statins and stuff. I'm I'm not taking your stupid pills. You guys don't know anything about health. You're trying to give me shots and pills. No, I don't want your shots and pills. That is a huge, if they can change that and they can take all the corruption out of the CIA, the FBI, but they're not even touching Wall Street. They're not touching Wall Street. There is just so much. You cannot have one person change all of that. It's asking too much. You guys that are complaining, like Syrian Analysis and Max Blumenthal, you guys have to empower these people to stand up. The U.S. is running out of money and power to be able to start all these wars. It's fizzling out anyway. So I'm just tired of listening to how bad we are at these wars. It's just wearing down my heart. So I am excited about what's coming up. I'm excited about these recess appointments. I'm excited about Robert Kennedy taking charge of Health and Human Services. I am so excited to see what's coming out. And Tulsi Gabbard being in charge of being the director of national intelligence. I am super excited. I think the FBI reports to her. We have so much corruption, and the deep state, it starts with the FBI and the CIA and all of their undercover shady stuff. So you have to start there. That's what I think. Barry Cunningham, he's really, really, really good. I think he's really good. I have not heard any of these other people talk about the recess appointments. He was talking about it. Recess appointments, and I'm not a... You should just listen to these other channels. I'm just a grandma in my apartment making these videos, keeping you updated and letting you know that there is still hope. I have to go to bed. It's been a long day. Thanks for watching my video.